Can you please put in the chat if you can see me and you can hear me? Okay, I can see. Perfect, glasses. Great. All right, guys. Well, it's time to start our end of the month's webinar. How are you feeling? Put plus one from 1 to 10. How is your feeling today? How are you feeling? Wow, 11 even. Wow, 1,000. Well, I'm happy to see such numbers. I'm happy to see most of the 10s because I'm also feeling great, energized, happy, and ready to start the new month. Hey, we are getting closer to summer. That makes us even more happier. Millionaire. Great. Next slide, please. In all chats, I will quickly introduce myself for those who see me first time. My name is Annette Martinsen. And originally I'm from Latvia, but for the last 10 years I live in the UK, which allowed me to learn English language, allowed me to learn it. And right now I'm already the member of the Leadership Council in this company. I have reached the Vice President rank under the program of New Consumer Community. I'm also a Master Profi graduate multiple times and also a certified coach because I love this training. I love what we give to people and I enjoy sharing this with the entire world. I'm also the international speaker, private investor, entrepreneur, still a lot to learn, and member of the General for Peace Association. I have an experience in sales and business development, and I also call myself, and I keep saying, the student of life, because I live by the motto, never stop learning, because the life will never stop teaching us. And with that, I would like to say that alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. Do you agree with me? And therefore, I would like now to officially open our summary meeting with the members of the Presidential and Leadership Council. Today is the 2nd of May 2020, and we are stepping into the second month of the second quarter. I hope you have all done your previous month's analysis, analyzed, previous months to see, how close you are to your goals, to your big goals and big dreams, because we need to stay on track, right? We need to be following the plan. We cannot get off the plan. We need to stick to the plan, and same also the company. We also have together the agenda, which we have to follow. And today's program, in next slide, please. In all chats. We are switching. Great. So the program for today is as follows. So we will share with you the performance of the company's, the previous months for April. Then we will share with you the news of the company. We love news, right? Offers and promotions, definitely. How can we be with all these things? Upcoming events and trainings. So to see, what we can expect from the following for this month and probably next few months. Meeting with the project managers. We will be introducing certain people that some of you maybe already know, or some of you will see for the first time, but it's going to be exciting. And the questions and answers at the end. Are we happy with the program? Put plus if yes, minus if not. Good. Good to see pluses. That's what I thought. I love this program too. All right, so I hope my colleague and friend Andrew Hawks is ready to come and share with you some exciting exciting news. Andrew, are you here? He is an awesome person.
Can you hear me okay?
You're here. Perfect. Well, Andrew is an awesome person, colleague, and friend. I'm so glad that I met him already many times. And, he is my extended family from Australia. For those who don't know him, he's also the member of the President Council, president under the affiliate program of new consumer community. Definitely, he's an awesome coach for the master profit training and all the other trainings that he's doing. Genius of Finance host, member of the Journal of the World for Peace Association. Of course, he has experience in sales and marketing, and he has proved that multiple times. Private investor, entrepreneur, and the international speaker. Andrew, the floor is yours. Thank you so much, guys, and enjoy the webinar.
Thank you very much, Annie, for that amazing, amazing welcome and introduction. I really appreciate the work that you do around the place here. You do a lot more than people really realize, and I want to take my hat off to you because, yeah, I know the amount of work you do. So well done. Thank you so much. All right, guys, how's everybody doing out there? Are you good? Give me a plus in the chat if you are on fire today. Great, plenty of pluses coming through. Good to see, good to see. It's been an interesting day here, guys. There is amazing news to come out tonight, and I just really want to run through it. I'm not going to go and introduce myself again. Annie did a great job of doing that for me. Thank you so much. So if we can pop on to the next slide, it would be really good. We're going to get into the report now for April. We've just hit May, and obviously there's some changes coming this month, which are incredibly exciting. But better than that, I've got some really amazing news to share about figures. And I won't share specific figures, but I will share, and I'm talking about our revenue, our monthly revenue. I will share something very, very cool towards the end of this. So make sure you stay tuned. Now, if we could go to that next slide, that would be cool. In fact, what I might do, ladies and gents, bear with me for a second. I might just share these so that, where am I? Get back to where I was. This one here. Start that. And
Andrew, just one thing. Shall I give you the screen sharing?
That's all right. I've got it.
Oh, you have?
Yep. So I've just got to bring it up. That's exactly what I was doing. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So you should be able to see my screen now with slides on it. Give me a plus if you can see slides, please. Awesome. Perfect. Perfect. All right, guys. So we're just going to go through, I'm going to touch on this very, very quickly. Our verifications department has made it much simpler for you to be able to get verification. We know this has been an issue for the last little while and people have had trouble with it. So we've tried to simplify that process as best as we can for you. So now all you need is a scanned copy of the page with your photo on it from your ID, and the flip side of it if you're using your license. Now, if you are using your passport, you can scan, what does it say there? Re-upload the page with the photo. So you're gonna end up uploading that twice. The last thing you need there, the third thing rather, is a picture of a selfie with you holding the document. So a selfie with the document there and your face in the frame as well. Okay, nice and simple. And then the fourth thing is check the digital signature to confirm that you are taking responsibility for the correctness of your address. Now, this has been an issue for particular countries. Verifying addresses has been the big sticking point, okay? So we've simplified that for everybody to make it nice and easy. So just give me a 5 if everybody understands what I've just said. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I see somebody there couldn't see the screen. I'm not sure what's going on because everybody else can. So maybe there's an issue at your end. Can't give you more than that, unfortunately, sorry. All right, good. So plenty of 5s coming through, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate that. Let's get on to this next one. So guys, we are about to push through to stage 2.2. Now, of course, we were meant to do that at the end of the month, but because of overwhelming influx of people coming in, we've decided to meet partners halfway and push it just an extra few days. So it's pushed through until Monday now. So people have got those extra couple of days to be able to secure their packages before the discounts change again. Okay, so there's some other exciting news around this that we're going to cover very, very soon as well. But just have a look, take a screenshot of this so you know what the discount will change to on the 4th. Obviously, you can see the packages there, 50 right through to 10,000. That's right, 5 packages. We're making it really simple for everybody, simplifying the process because we've realized there's a lot of little idiosyncrasies with our business, a lot of nuances that aren't necessarily immediately clear for people. So we've tried to make it as simple as we can. So take note of that. We will go through those packages before the night is out as well. Just give me a 1 in the chat if everybody has that screenshot now. I'll go through it, of course. Right now, the second stage of stage one, second part. Let me start again. The second part of stage one, 330 bonus CRU for a 50 unit package, 2,500 CRU for a 250 unit package, 14,300 CRU for a 1,000 unit package, 64,000 CRU for a 4,000 unit package, and 165,000 for a 10,000 unit package. Now, when this changes on the 4th, it will go to 250 CRU for a 50 package, for a 50 unit package, 1,389 for a 250 unit package, 8,333 for a 1,000 unit package, 40,000 for a 4,000 unit package, and 125,000 CRU for a 10,000 unit package. So that is nice and simple and pretty clear for everyone as well. So we'll come back to those packages real soon. So guys, we've got just a few things that we want to run through here with these KPIs. Now, what I want to share with you here is some alarming statistics. Now, you've seen some of these before, but I'm not sure if you understand how amazing they are and how much better they can be for us. So let's go through and have a look at that. So here we are, 13 months of the CRU program. Of course, we started in March. The number of registered users inside of our company as it stands at the end of the month was 1,349,221 people. Okay, so the number of clients who purchased EIPs, these are just the people that are not building a business, 590,372. So that's pretty cool. Partners and agents, 649,129 partners and 45,872 agents. Consultants, managers, and leader managers. Look, I'm not going to read all the figures, not these ones, but the important ones I will. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the sales volume. In that time, we've generated revenue of 150,651,911 units, or it's the equivalent to US dollars. Now that's pretty impressive in a 13-month period, but what's even more so, with that money, we have been able to acquire, or in fact, we have invested, okay, the company has invested, and this is a really important nuance to understand. The company has invested $60,260,764.40, which has absolutely grown, and we'll go through those figures too. So the amount of bonuses, this is the exciting thing that I want everybody to understand. Okay, the amount of bonuses paid out, $51,451,338.36. Now, why I'm pausing on that is because that's over a 13-month period. And if you look at the amount of people that have participated in that program in that time, and then think about the figures that we want to reach by the end of this year, which we can absolutely do with the express promotion, because that's a pretty exciting promotion. Think about that. That's $51 million so far that's been paid out in commissions to just over 1 million people. Imagine if we had 10 million people inside of our organization, what that figure might be then. Guys, this is an exciting time to be out and growing a business, to be out sharing an educational purpose for people to be able to prosper and get ahead. So I'm incredibly excited about what we've got in the future for sure. So of course, what's the last one there? The loyalty bonus, we paid out $15 million in the loyalty bonus, and the Profi bonus, we've paid out almost $1 million. And remember, Profi bonus only started after Eventi. So that's not bad as well. That's money for jam, ladies and gentlemen. That's incredibly exciting to be a part of that. So let's have a look. The new registrations, it is 64,000 people per month currently registering into our organization. That's 2,000 or just over 2,000 people a day, 88 people an hour. So every 2 minutes, we have 3 people registering in our organizations. Guys, that's all because of the work you're doing. Give yourself a round of applause for that, because that is epic in anyone's book. So great figures that are coming in from our business, from our company, and they're only getting better each and every month. So guys, be excited and congratulate yourselves for the work that you're doing. So let's have a look. I know a lot of you come on these evenings to have a look inside of our global investment portfolio. So let's have a little bit of a dive into that and see how it looks. To date, we have put in 60,748,401 units, so the equivalent of US dollars. And you can see how it breaks down here. 30% into transportation, 20.7% into gold, 10.9% into financial stock markets and crypto assets, okay? 4.2% into real estate. Equity participation, we're going to come back to that, 21.5%. Culture, 1.5%. And the balance of funds is 11.2%. So that's in various other operations. But what I want to focus on here, to make sure that everybody understands, this are our partnership companies. So this will be Shikar, this will be Sushi Master, this will be Bazalt. This is our equity participation. That's pretty cool, guys. Just think about that for a second, put it into context. So that's what we've done with our funds so far, and this is how it has panned out. So you can see what I want to highlight here. Last month, we were all incredibly excited about the growth that we'd had. Now, I want everyone just to consider for a second, what's happened in the last month, 2 months in the world, in the economy? What's happened with the economy? Anyone want to hazard a guess? Want to answer in the chat? No one's keen to answer that. Okay, so the answer is it's crashed. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of people coming in now. It's plummeted, it's gone down. But I want you to note that our asset value has not. Our asset value has continued to reign on as it is. Now, that is a testament to how this thing has been structured, how it's been put together for longevity. So guys, you're in the right place, and strap in, because we're in for a heck of a ride over the next wee while, particularly with some of the news that I just got was very cool. I will share that. So guys, our portfolio value is just over $404 million. It's 13 months old based on that. Of course, it's older than that. This portion of it is 13 months. That's what we've put into it with this extra money. So guys, there's the number of instruments we have, 32 different instruments, but you can see this figure here, the capitalization in 13 months has been 565.8% capitalization in 13 months. Yeah, you know, I think you're getting about 0.05% at any one of the local banks in Australia right now. And even that's about to drop again. So that's exciting in anybody's book. So who thinks that's pretty good? Give me a 10 if you think that's good. And give me a 15 if you think it's better. Somebody picked it up. Cool. Awesome. Oh, I love to see that chat going off like that. Well done, guys. This is all a part of our efforts. If it wasn't for us, we wouldn't be able to, the company wouldn't be able to do this, wouldn't be able to grow this portfolio for our longevity, for our future generations to come, because this will, in fact, is creating generational wealth for so many people. So very exciting to be a part of it. So guys, here's something to remember. If you want the full-on reports for the global investment portfolio, you do need to sign the non-disclosure agreement. Now, if you're eligible and you haven't done that yet, there will be a little orange line in your back office under your portfolio picture that will say contract unsigned. Basically, that allows you to go through, have a look at the non-disclosure agreement, and then agree to the terms. Once you've agreed to that, you will get access to those closed meetings. Of course, you won't get the NDA unless you qualify for it. So if you don't see it in your back office and you haven't done it, perhaps you're not quite at that level yet to be able to be invited. Fear not, it won't take you long to get there. But guys, here's something I really want you to consider. You need to take the non-disclosure agreements incredibly seriously. Now, hopefully you've noticed the work that's going on behind the scenes right now with the company. Everything's starting to tighten up a little bit. Everything's more streamlined. We've got an incredible legal department on board that are operating outside of what we were doing before, which is better for our longevity. It's not that our other legal team weren't up to the task. They were for where we were at. For the growth that we want to have, we needed to bring in more expertise, which we've done. And I can tell you what, there's very exciting things coming very, very soon. And I won't let that out of the bag. I'll leave that to our CEO to let out when it is right. Now, just think about what has been happening. Things streamlining. We're getting these legal teams in place that can do these things. It's really, really important now that we don't give information out that we shouldn't be giving out. And right now, the legal team and the marketing team is doing a great job too, by the way, of cleaning up our reputation that is online. Okay. And this is from times gone by. And there is action being taken against individuals that are defaming our company. And there are a few of them out there, unfortunately. So that's why the NDA is so important, guys. Make sure that you're on top of that and make sure you adhere to it so that you don't fall victim to it. So the open meetings, guys, here's the qualifications. This is what we're on tonight, an open meeting, monthly performance report of the company, news and promotions, plans for the coming month, and upcoming events. Now, the closed meetings, you can see the next one is on the 9th of May, so that will be next Saturday night. It's for VIP club members who have signed the non-disclosure agreement, okay? So you do have to be a VIP club member, which of course we'll launch this week. We'll talk about that. In order to be able to get to those meetings. So guys, pretty simple. We have reporting on the crypto unit program, a detailed report on the global investment portfolio. So you can see exactly what's gone where and why, rather than just the figures we've just gone through. You'll get a detailed report of that. So that's why you want to be at those closed meetings, and that's how you're able to get there. Which brings us to the next part, the VIP club. I know there's been a lot of people waiting for this. Tell me, 1 out of 10, 1, you're not really excited. 10, you're incredibly excited. Where you at there? Give me a scale on a 1 to 10. 200. I like that. 10, 10. 100 billion. I like that too. Good to see you guys so responsive this evening. There's a good number of people here tonight, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's have a look at all these. It is a private investors club. Ladies and gentlemen, I have said time and time again, this will make it much, much easier for you to be able to present this opportunity. I firmly believe that. And of course, it makes it just that little bit easier to talk about what we have as well. So it's an elite club for loyal partners, okay? And this means you're going to have potential to earn more money, which is great. You're going to have discounts on all of our training courses up to 75%. So think of the investment consultant course that we've got, okay? There'll be discounts on courses like that and other ones that we bring in. Exclusive investment proposals. So the proposals that will only come to VIP club members, regardless of how long you've been with the company. You'll need to be a VIP club member to get access to those exclusive investment proposals. And there's some doozies coming, let me tell you. The possibility to join the crypto unit program. So guys, excuse me, once this starts, once this is in play, any new partner that wants access to CRU must become a VIP club member. Now, existing partners, they've obviously got access. After that date, the 4th, when it comes in, they will need to be a VIP club member. Remember, as a partner, it's only $10 a month for them to get access to the CRU program. So just keep that in mind. And of course, that brings with it the other things, the staking, access to the internal exchange, and of course, access to the closed meetings, which we've already spoken about. So guys, there's the dates there. These dates down the bottom there are for the spread in the in the internal exchange right now. So you can see from the 1st of the 5th to the 3rd of the 5th, it is -15 plus 5% on the price range. So that is essentially 0.017 unit to 0.021 unit. Then from the 4th to the 10th, it will be -12 plus 8. So that will give a price range of 0.176 to 0.216 unit. So you can see the spread right there, guys. It's not too difficult to work out. I want to reiterate, the spread will only ever be announced on these webinars, okay? So if you miss it on the webinar, it's not going to be in the back office. You shouldn't go and ask support for it. The whole reason it's released here on these webinars is so you come and hear it. It's a fair call. So guys, if you want to know what the spread is, this is where you need to get it from, okay? Cool, let's get on to the next one. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Okay, so our plans, guys, this is what I wanted to touch on just briefly. You can see we've tried to simplify everything. There is now literally only 5 packages available. Entry level at 50 units, so that doesn't take it out of play for everyone. It's still affordable. And you know, even in hard countries, it's still, it might be a little bit of a stretch, but it's still affordable. So 50 units. Then we've got EIP Basic, which 250. EIP Primary Education, which is 1,000 units. EIP Secondary Education, which is 4. And then a Higher Education, which is 10,000. So guys, you can also see the discounts that are there. So normally for the entry level, the cost is 200 units. And you can see you're getting it for a discount of 50 units. So that's pretty cool. I believe the next one there is 825. And you can see you get that for 250. The next one, 2,125, and you're getting it for 1,000. 4,125 is the next one, getting it for 4. And then I think there might be a typo there, to be honest. 12,725, and you're getting it for 10. So guys, this has a whole heap of education. It is graduated. We had a question the other day on the live Q&A, and if you're not sure when that is, 12:30 p.m. Australian Standard Time in the Asia Pacific group, we do one. I invite the other leaders of other countries to do similar. But we had a question the other day with regards to the education. Now, 2 questions. One, is there more translation coming? And the answer is yes, okay, in multiple languages. So hold tight for that. Have a look, you know, absolutely hold tight. And the other one was, can we continue to participate in the same education to be able to obtain more CRU? And the answer to that is yes as well. And the reason I say that is that I've been to multiple events of the same title with the same content and still paid extra to go and do that. There's no difference to this. Many people re-enroll in courses online and pay extra to do it so that they can upskill. Remember, repetition is the key to mastery. So you need to go through these things more than once in order for you to retain the information. So that's why you want to keep participating. And of course, there's other benefits that come with it as well. So guys, this is another point that has created just a little bit of confusion. So I want to clear it up for everyone. I've just literally had it cleared up for myself because I'll be honest, I was confused as well. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So guys, staking for holders of released CRU. Remember, it starts when the VIP club starts on the 4th. So 1 month, if you lock your unlocked CRU up for 1 month, you'll get a 1% return. Okay. If you lock it up for 3 months, you'll get a 1.2%, 6 months, 1.5, 12 months, 1.8, 18 months, 2%, and 24 months, you will get 2.5%. Now you can see right there, it says reward percentage in CRU points at a monthly accrual of released CRU points, which can be traded in the internal exchange. So you will receive these monthly, okay? And you'll receive that percentage. Now, the other information that has come around, and again, this has come from different webinars, and that's cool. It's not incorrect information. So I want to explain it, is that we will also receive, now don't get this confused, so I'll say it nice and slow. We will eventually, not at the same time, eventually the CRU will be traded for unit TB, which is going to be a utility token, okay? Now, when that starts, when the blockchain is operational, that's when that will kick in, not before. So for people, and again, it was a question that I had myself, people were asking, well, do we get paid that right from the start of the staking? The answer is no. You'll receive CRU back, okay? in the percentages that we've just discussed there on screen. And when unit TB comes in, we will get that. So just let me have a quick look at what I've got here. Because I want to make sure. So when the staking first opened on the 4th of the 5th, it's in CRU, and when blockchain starts, the utility tokens will appear in these tokens, and that has been discussed, but for me, and I guess for a few people in the English, unit TV is the utility token. Now, you guys need to check into the cryptocurrency webinars that Maria Antianenko does. Hopefully we can get those translated for everyone. At the moment, they have got subtitles, so get in there because that does have this information in it. I don't believe so, Tom. He's asking, can we put the staking every new month released into the 2 years? I don't believe so. There's probably, your biggest advantage is going to be putting it up front to start with. So that's where I'd be looking. But these utility tokens will be worth a substantial amount in and of themselves. So they're a good deal as well. So you want to keep on top of that. So ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I had to share with you this evening. I hope it's been useful. Give me a 10 if it's been useful. Give me a 5 if you're still a little in the dark, and we'll get some more information out. Cool, cool, cool. Mostly understanding, a couple people through a few 5s. Reach out to me personally and let me see if I can cover it for you. We're going to move on now to the next part of our webinar, and I'd like to introduce the next speaker that we have this evening. Now, this person has just become, we're trialing a new department in our company, and it's long overdue, I believe, and so does the rest of the President's Council, and that's why it's been implemented. And the person that's going to be here talking to us tonight is going to be talking about that new department. As I said, I believe it's a department whose time has definitely come. It's something that is overdue for our company. This person I originally met as a Norwegian. I believed he was Norwegian. He was from Norway. He was Team Norway. But he's actually originally Estonian, and he's moved back there to grow a business there and is doing incredibly well. So the next person coming out to talk to us this evening is, of course, Boris. Boris, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name. I'm sorry, mate, because I'll do it a disservice. But obviously, you can see right there is the executive director of our Estonian crypto company. He's the head of the ethics department, which is a little bit of what he's going to talk about this evening. A participant and mentor of the MLCI Marathon 260. And guys, how good is that going? Honestly, I've been, take my hat off to you guys, still been engaged, still getting the homework done. It's not an easy task, and you're doing incredibly well. He is a Master Profi Training graduate, and he is a Genius of Finance host, which is, of course, a great game. You're going to learn some more about that this evening too, so make sure you stay tuned in. And he's the co-owner of a global investment portfolio, the same of us all. Now, I did say earlier that I'd share a really cool little bit of information with you. Hopefully, I'm not letting the cat out of the bag for anyone else. But guys, our performance this last month, take your hat off to yourselves. You've done incredibly well. It's up. We're up over 100% on revenue, from over 100%. I won't give the exact figure just in case someone is going to mention it later. But we're up over 100% in revenue from last month. So congratulations. You are all doing an amazing job out there. That's why we're here. So Boris, if you're there, my friend, come on out. How are you?
Yes. Hi. Thanks, Andrew, for this introduction. And I do hope that our participants can both hear and see me, because I can see only the Russian room. So please give us some feedback if you can see and hear me. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Annette, for this report and the information you presented. Yes, it's true, dear colleagues, friends, and partners. There is the need to set up this ethics department, and we are going to talk about it today. Next slide, please. Thanks a lot once again for the introduction, Andrew. Well, dear friends, as you know, based on the information shared, 88% of the people are registered and our pace goes up, and this pace and factors as well as the lockdown globally actually results in some actions taken by some fraudulent actors on different markets. And you know, I have some friends working in the banking sector in data protection department, and they shared the information with me that there is a growth in fraud. And because of these events and because of our growing and expanding, it's high time to regulate properly our relations as regards the document and due diligence of what you have in your back offices. So, dear friends, I would like to announce and tell you that ethics department is the one that ensures the company's code of ethics, which is mandatory for all people working in mutual cooperation. It applies both to our clients, partners, and potential clients. The goal and objective of the ethics department is to communicate to the community the fundamental corporate values of the company, which guide the company's operations. In particular, honesty, integrity, reliability, and professionalism, performance efficiency, openness and interaction and engagement with stakeholders and society at large, and definitely to monitor these values and their observance by all the participants of the community. Because we had some cases, some precedents, which of those people who actually impede our operations, and there are some troublesome partners, and definitely we are in close cooperation with the legal department to prevent and to suppress these challenges and problems we see, with the later on prevention of some challenges to avoid financial losses. Next slide, please. Well, what are the targets of the ethics department? Look, here the ethics department is set up and is composed of 10 people, the head of the department and its personnel, but this information will be shared with you a bit later in your back offices. So the targets and the goals of the department is to protect the interests of our partners, as I said it before. Partners in your structures and company partners as regards co-ownership. The second goal is to detect dishonest participants and the potential harm to the community. So this is the area which is being developed quite quickly, and we are catching up with the time, with the latest trends, and we will apply some remedies to compensate and to prevent any losses, and it may include some unauthorized spread and emailing, which can harm the reputation and image of the company and the image of potential clients. The next goal is to mitigate the community's risks. They include information-related risks, when some information is conveyed and this information is not accurate, because our key product promoted and marketed on the market is education and information packages. This is the product, but not the investments into the digitalized assets yet. And therefore, we informed and we want that the relevant actions will be taken, and we requested you not to use some phrases. And now we are developing the framework to prevent and to penalize such dishonest partners, with an idea to build the community's goodwill. And the results of the operations of this ethics department is to build the community's trust, both the existing clients and partners, as well as, on the other hand, to reduce the number of dissatisfied partners, because there are people that may be dissatisfied with something. But the most important result is to reduce and prevent and punish unauthorized and harmful actions taken by the partners that negatively impact the company's reputation. And for this reason, we have NDA agreement Andrew told you about, because this is insider information which you may learn there, and it may, if it is used for not intended purposes, it may affect and impact the reputation of the company. Like at Goa, the information which was shared with you, it was recorded and we actually warned you, but now we will have some rationale for taking actions. Where to go if you have any problem? As I told you above, so there are 3 types of risks: information related, when you intentionally mislead the clients and inaccurate information is provided as regards our products, because our main product is eradication of financial illiteracy. And then image and reputation related risks. Andrew mentioned that it could be libel against or cheating against the clients, and this list may include some volunteer participation in some interviews, in some media without our consent. These image and reputation risks, and definitely the key risks are those related to the financial operations of both the company and the partners. What do I mean? Look, there could be some abuse of promotions or misuse of promotions. Well, we should admit that cryptocurrency top up of your wallets under the promotion, we actually terminated it because of some fraudulent actions taken by some of our partners, although we always tend to find the most mutually beneficial methods of cooperation. And to prevent these financial risks and losses, actually, we established this department and this pattern of operation. But guys, before you communicate and address to this department, there are some emails and the Telegram channel. So the links you can see in this slide. I strongly encourage you to read once again all the internal documents you can find in your back office. It is profit section. So contracts and agreement, including partnership agreement, client agreement, confidentiality policy, consent for the processing of personal data, remuneration plan, return policy, and corporate ethics code. So this list of documents is again in the slide. And many answers to your questions which you raise and which we received today. So you can find these responses there in these documents and materials. And these documents are your reminders of those obligations and commitments you have as well under the framework of our mutual cooperation. And this department will protect the interests of the group of companies Neew and the Academy of Private Investor. Thank you very much. I am done. As regards newly established department, I will look whether you have any questions pertaining to this ethics department or not. And now I would like to introduce our next speaker. Her name is Maria Antonenko. And now I am introducing you to another segment of blockchain, and every Thursday I enjoy watching the webinars delivered by Maria Antonenko on blockchain. Maria Antonenko is the head of the blockchain technology implementation department. She has 20 years experience in finance, expert in managing personal and corporate funds, master profit training graduate, and it would be great to play offline our Genius of Finance game. She's a host, and I'm passing the floor, Maria, to you. Thank you, Boris. Well, indeed, self-isolation, and we indeed miss the live communications, and it's great, and we all would like to play this Genius of Finance at the international arena. Well, dear friends, my regards to all of you who attend my webinar. Now, I would like to report to you the results of our work as regards blockchain in April 22. As you know, starting from the 31st of March, blockchain team started to work, and we launched 2 nodes, or in short, 2 servers, 2 large professional remote computers, if you don't know what nodes are. And these servers act as the distributed ledgers of our blockchain, a chain of data representing accounts of different users. And we export our CRU points to blockchain, and you can learn about the work being done by using the Explorer of our blockchain by following this link, explorer.cryptounit.cc. And in this Explorer, you can see our three tokens: CryptoUnit, our blockchain token UNTB, and a future token which is equal to $1 stable coin USD. And April, actually, we had routine work with our IT department to harmonize the data, because the database we have includes over 1 million client back offices. And if you compare it with the exports to the Ethereum-based blockchain, but today's scope of work is 4-5 times larger to be done, because in January we exported only the balance sheets as regards the accrued CRU points. But now, after the release of CRUs, so some of you benefited from the exchange. So you exchange CRU into the units, and all these entries are already on blockchain, and each entry later on online will be exported to blockchain. We had a voting on the document of tokenomics. The members of the Presidential Council explored this document, and there was the voting. And next month, based on this tokenomics document, we will prepare smart contracts for the accrual of our utility tokens for the future staking, when you place for staking your CRUs on the blockchain. This is the work to be done next month. This month as well, we've discussed with our legal counsels the matter of protection of our utility tokens, and now our legal counsels are preparing documents for the patent of our trademark, and many of you are curious of the white paper. And I can tell you that this tokenomics document is equal to 70% of this white paper, but to generate a full-fledged white paper, we are to address the legal issue of the packaging of our assets, because we write white paper not only for the movement of our tokens on the blockchain, but unlike of the white paper published previously, it actually described this system of encryption, of the emergence of blocks. It was a more technical document, whereas economic paper, whereas our white paper is a prospectus for the issuance of shares, because they are the digital shares. And in this document, we will specify all the legal entities included into our holding, all the companies invested into, all the assets, and it's quite a solid scope of work by the accountants, and auditors should prepare their reports and statements, and we will do our best that in May you can get this document ready. Next slide, please. And here in this slide, you see screenshots of our Explorer blockchain, explorer.cryptounit.cc. So it's quite difficult to see, but I will explain. As soon as you get to this website, explorer.cryptounit.cc, so there is a section on global transactions and internal. Should you press in a transaction tab, you will see the list of back offices already migrated to blockchain. Username is the name of the account you have assigned to you on blockchain. Don't try to find your login from your back office. Maybe your login is PetrIvanov.44, and this partner will try to find his login, and he will never find it because username is already encrypted logins you have, and as soon as the keys to your wallets are ready, then in your back office against your login, you will see this username assigned, and then you can go to blockchain by following the link in your back office and see your personal wallet on blockchain. But for the sake of demonstration and illustration, you can see how the data is exported to blockchain. And as soon as you press this inner transaction tab, you will see a few pages. And don't think that there are only 10 of them, which you can see on the Explorer. You can press next page, and so far over 1 million accounts were migrated to blockchain. I selected at random any username with 9,000 CRU on his balance, and then I went to account tab, input this username in the field search, and now I can see all the entries, all the movements and transactions related to the CRU points of this username. And as soon as the person buys EIP and he was accrued his CRUs for the purchase, this is algorithm 1. So your CRU points accrued under algorithm 1, that is purchase of EIP, it will be released after 355 days. And the next algorithm, all the other transactions are under algorithm 2, and you can realize that this person attended the event in India and he received the repeated accrual of CRUs and an additional bonus for his traveling. And these CRUs, which are attached algorithm or assigned the number algorithm 2, they will be released in 45 days. And now here on blockchain, it's much more visual and easy to understand compared to your back office, because in your back office, you can't remember when and what you exactly purchased, whereas in blockchain, each transaction, each purchase, each bonus accrual could be easily seen. and there is still some little time left when from your personal website, Crypto Unit and the Academy of Private Investor, you can follow the link and see your balance on the blockchain. I'm really excited, guys, and I strongly encourage you to press these buttons and see the movement and changes we face on the blockchain. And I believe that next month I will present you a more detailed version of our blockchain explorer, and you will see additional tabs, additional pages with our company logos, and it will be adapted into the mobile version. Now all these fields could be opened only from your computers, and it does not support mobile version yet, but it will be available as soon. Next slide, please. Look, this is the way our preliminary abbreviations of our tokens look like. USDU and UNDB, and we are very hopeful and believe that they won't be copied as it was in case of Crypto Unit, and our legal counsels will be able to prepare all the documents for the protection of our trademarks, and fraudsters won't be able to benefit from our developments. How many depot accounts can one user open? Look, as regards a depot account in your back office, as soon as your CRU points are released, you open a depot account. How many entries you will have it? You will see it on the 4th of May when this option is available and functional in your back offices. As regards blockchain, it's done through a button. Provide your CRU points into staking, but it will be available a bit later, and there will be some instructions, guidelines, and guidance for you to read. And don't worry, please, we will equip you with all the required tools. I see no further questions. Then I'm passing the floor to Tatiana Zhuravleva. Next slide, please. Yes, Tatiana is here. And I've known Tatiana for over 1 year because of our company, and she ran a very good competition or tender for the developers of online games, and now she will share with you how our Genius of Finance game will look like. I do
Hello,
welcome
everyone. My name is Tatiana Zhuravleva, and thanks, Maria, for introducing me. So the topic of today's session is the Genius of Finance and the future of that project. What I wanted to say here is that 2 years ago, Tatiana, could you please use your old microphone? It's way better. So, okay, I will turn on my microphone. Remember, 2 years ago in Crimea, we had the first night or the premiere of the Genius of Finance game, and many people enjoyed it quite a lot. And the head of our educational department and the CEO of the company, Andrei Havratov, created this game, and in 2 years it was translated into 5 languages, and we have more than 100 certified hosts. Now it's spread across the entire world. A lot of our partners play this game, but nevertheless, not all of the regions, cities, and countries can have certified game hosts, game masters, and have the opportunity to play that game. Because of these geographical limitations, our company decided to develop this game in 2 dimensions at once. At first, we're gonna have a box version of the board game that you can buy and play at home without a host, without a certified trainer, and play it with your friends, your family members, acquaintances, etc. According to our plans, the box version of the game should be for sale in July this year. And the second dimension is the development of the online platform. According to the company's plans, the development and the launch of the first viable version will be in August, September this year. Right now, we are working on the content, trying to bring in new scenarios, new game situations developed by Antonina and Havratov. We are at the closing stage right now, and we are doing the final tests of the game. And at the same time, we held a tender, very interesting process, which was held on one of our online platforms. There were more than 400 participants, tender participants, who looked into our tender proposal, of which 15 tender participants prepared the necessary set of documents and were ready to participate in the tender. But after our sorting procedure, 9 were left, of which 3 were picked in the short list. And when our commission held the voting, it turned out that the winner of the tender was a group of companies, Malevich Production. And those guys have quite an extensive experience in the area of software development. And one of their developments, also a financial game, is in top of the sections of the App Store in the free, in the paid applications in the area of education. You can take a look at their software, and it was one of the decisive criteria when we were picking the winner of the tender. Additionally, they provided quite an interesting and long-term plan for the development. Could you please switch on to the next slide? What we are planning to have according to our project. As you know, any project is implemented stage by stage with the incremental functionality. The same is here. We provided for a staged development. The first stage is the minimum functions, which is MVP, minimum viable product. Next, we will have a mobile design. At the moment, we have already 2 options. One is a cartoonish, and the second option is a realistic option. I think our company will go for the realistic design of the game, not the cartoonish design. Then we will add certain video and audio communications, like in offline, when you can get together at the game and discuss different scenarios that are thrown at you by the game host, like a game scenario, game situation. And our goal not only to have a computer-based version, but also a mobile version of the game, because now everyone uses mobile phones. Therefore, our game will have iOS and Android platforms, applications. Also, we will implement the blockchain technology in it as well. We will use our blockchain platform. So in the development of the project, it is very important for us that we have already big 2 trump cards for the promotion in the market. First of all, we have a huge partnership network, which now numbers more than 1 million people, which will be a very serious push forward, serious advantage in the promotion of the global market. And the blockchain. At the moment, there are no games that would be based and that would ensure communication through the blockchain. We will be pioneers in this area, which also produce an insane effect. So let's take a look at the first version of the game, which they promise to launch in August, September. This is the minimum viable product, which will consist of 2 platforms. The first platform is going to be a web platform, a computer-based platform with the basic functionality, which is our usual platform with the cards, etc., there will be a function in it when the game situation can be scaled up, you know, for you to see well what's written in the card or on the field, playing field. And also there will be a function of communication in the game. You can connect, you can communicate with the users, with the players. Also, you can play 1v1 against the computer, and it can be a PvP game, player versus player, who can be located in any city of the world. The second part of this minimum viable product is a Telegram bot. A Telegram bot will perform the function of MLM. It will already have referral links embedded there, and you will also receive notifications about the game. So basically, this is communication with the users. So those two dimensions will be implemented in the near future. As for the rest of the functionalities, they will be gradually built up and implemented throughout the year. So basically, this is what I wanted to say about our plans for the development of the Genius of Finance game. I am missing you too very much. Hopefully in October, we'll be able to meet in Moscow at Avanti and hold our annual international tournament of Genius of Finance. And for that, we will have those developments on the screen to help us. Hopefully we'll be able to launch them before the event. Thank you very much for your attention. And now I would like to pass the floor to a very charming lady and always positive lady, the chairperson of the Prudential Council, president under the affiliate program of New Consumer Community, director of the strategical development of the company, master prof certified coach, Genius of Finance host, international speaker, private investor, member of the Generals of the World for Peace Association. Mila, if you are here, I'm passing you the floor.
Thank you, Tatiana. Please give me an indication from 1 to 10 if you can hear and see me well. Well, dear friends, I'm very pleased to speak in front of you, and I would like to congratulate you on the first days of May, and time really flies. This is the 2nd of May. My congratulations to all of you, for those who work hard doing what you like and watch us both online and offline. Quite recently, I got the results of our attendances, and one of the global webinars at present, by the way, in this room, in the Russian speaking room, we have over 850 people. In Hindi, 450, in Czech, 13, Spanish room, 400, and Vietnam, 72. And guys, altogether over 2,000 online attendees we are having at this webinar. I'm very excited about these figures, and I like it a lot that you attend our monthly webinars and meetings, and hope that you find them useful. Next slide, please. Well, as you know, one more slide. As Andrew said before, we extended the promotion because we received a lot of messages from a lot of partners with the request to extend it because of the change to a different gear, and therefore we actually provided some new promotions and extended this gift period. So until the 4th of May, you will have this gift of 100 CRU points as a gift for sign up in the back office. Guys, please use this unique opportunity. The more people you talk to, the more people you sign up to our business or to our products, the more you will give them. And we all know that most of the countries are staying at home under the quarantine, and they will all these people will like this gift. Therefore, please don't miss this chance and give this gift of 100 CRU points when you sign up your new people. And it is extended until the 4th of May 2020, 10 a.m. Moscow time. And after this, I can assure you that this promotion will be terminated. So therefore, please don't miss your time and catch up and use these few days we have left. There is another excellent promotion. Please, in the chat, write down 1 as an indication that you already participate in this newly established promotion called Express Bonus for Qualification. Yes, I see your ones. And in the English room, ones as well. And my second question is to put 2 if you've so far reached the status of an agent. Please put 2 if you are already an agent under this promotion. Well, I see your 2s in English room, in Hindi room, in Russian room. Please put 3 if you reach the status of consultant under the promotion. Put 3 if you did it. Did you do the consultant status? And in the English room, I see so many 3s. Congratulations, friends. Maybe we have someone with a status of manager, then put 4 in the chat. Great, great. I won't torture you with these statuses, but what I want to tell you is that this promotion actually resulted in tremendous results. If you have a look at the number of people signed up to our business, then you will see that we hit all the records. The volume in March increased almost by 224%. And dear friends, and this is only because people starting relying on the system, enrolling to the business and using this express bonus promotion, express bonus for qualification. And by the way, yesterday I had a phone call with my team and we discussed why there is this skyrocket pace. And the response I got that people are engaged in the promotion. And you know, this is one of the things when the entire universe actually made sure that every person in the world is waking up, is searching for some opportunities, and he's striving for something, for they get education and they desperately want to change their life. And this is the reason we actually introduced this promotion, to give a chance to every person who would like to be a part of our business, a part of our company, to make higher bonuses. And as you can see it from this slide, apart from getting under the marketing plan some income, you can enjoy a chance to get up to 134,000 units or US dollars, because we all know that 1 unit equals to $1 US as a bonus in addition to those incomes you get under the marketing plan. So throughout the period of promotion, any person who will engage in this promotion will enjoy a chance to make or get as an additional bonus of up to 134,000 units or US dollars. If you have a look at many businesses today, they are shrinking. They are reducing their payroll or reducing the bonuses paid. And in the conventional business, there is reduction and decline. But what we do, we actually increase. We give more chances to earn. We give you more opportunities to make more to those people, newcomers that sign up to our business. Therefore, I want you to be engaged actively in the groups, and the time is flying. We've launched this promotion on the 30th of March. That was the last day actually. And so far, the time has passed for 1 status. And our old timers, they can advance to consultant, manager, leader manager status. So therefore, don't waste your time, engage with your teams and earn these additional bonuses. And to help you, dear friends, and to help you enroll and sign up new partners, we are also introducing new business trainings, new schools for partners, which will be unique and ideal for those partners of our company with some statuses, and for our new people who totally know nothing about this business and may not understand which system we provide, and they may not know about the tools our company offers. And this is the reason we are launching a new additional product, which is called Automated MLCI Strategy, which will be provided in different languages, these schools, starting from partners to presidents. And it will be done in all our working languages every week. And you can enroll and sign up your newcomers, your novices, all those people you sign up to our company, you enroll them to our idea or to the purchase of our EIPs. So you can bring them and introduce them to these schools for them to educate faster, to learn about the tools quickly, and to get additional income under the promotion. Please put a plus in the chat if you want to participate and to attend this school, and if you are excited about this new awesome product. If you attended the previous meetings, I believe you know that the launchers of this school are our team from Italy. We're very grateful to them for inventing this school, and now it will be rolled out in all the regions and countries in all the different languages to strengthen, to reinforce, and to reach new heights. Let's move on, dear friends. So the result or the outcome of our work. In April, over the last month, we worked really hard, and all the speakers who spoke before, they actually illustrated the skyrocket growth of our company. From 1 to 10, using the scale of 1 to 10, please give me an indication if you like that we are growing, there are new departments established, and we introduce you to new heads of these departments that tell you about the progress over the last month. And I like this idea myself, and this actually illustrates the overall growth and development of the company. Over the last month, we worked really hard, we sped up so high, and I have such an impression that over 1 month we had so many developments and innovation solutions introduced that 4 years ago it would take us at least 6 months or even more to do it. But now this is the time when we need to speed up, to accelerate, to get engaged fully and to the full extent. And this is the time when the high time for the accelerated growth, both business growth, personal growth, and as regards all those innovations we plan to introduce to our company. Our fund transformed into the mega global trend, which includes over 1.5 million people globally. And my congratulations. And actually, I shared the figure of the people online now at this webinar, and I am sure that next month we will have even more. So our results over the last month, we increased the volumes, the sales, and we increased significantly the number of registrations. I will give you the exact figure. 227% increase in our sales. My congratulations, dear friends. And we've increased these sales almost twice. And I would like to congratulate top 5 countries that didn't sleep overnight and worked really hard. Particularly, we saw it on Thursday night, when we wanted to move to another stage, and many partners backed us to actually to extend the promotion. And now I will read out the top 5 countries as our leaders in sales. Number 5 is Italy. Congratulations to the teams from Italy. Number 4 is Australia. Australia is the country which seems to be sleepless no matter what time of the day it is, and our trainings are, so Australia is always present. Number 3 is Vietnam. Dear friends, I like it a lot that Vietnam is in the lead in top 3, and we would like them to increase the number of partners that online attend all the meetings, webinars and schools. Number 2 is the United States of America. As we know, the United States of America is the country which actually catch up very quickly, and this country caught up with our business model and the Academy of Private Investor and its training courses, and we do all this to implement in practice the new economic evolution of the world. And the US and their team, my congratulations guide to you, top 2. This is an amazing result. And the leader of our top 5, who is our leader? Do you have any guesses? Who is our number 1? Yes, you are right. India, yes. Congratulations to our partners in India for your work. And I'm very excited to see India number 1. And do you remember last year we held event in India, and it was a push. It gave an impetus, and there were so many partners signed up. My congratulations to you, Indians. And where is our this year's 70? Please give me a hint in the chat. Where are we going to hold our event this year? Yes, right, you are, Moscow, Russia. And therefore, we expect Russia to catch up and to be in our top 5 as well this year. My congratulations, dear friends, on these news. And we also see that we've established some new departments. They were established with the idea to improve our business processes in our company. And because the growth is very rapid and it's important, and every head of the department reiterates this, that you are to do what you like, and you need to recruit people that would like to implement their potential in some areas. They're ambitious, they want to participate in the innovative and cutting edge company. And we are this company. We are constantly growing, we are changing, we are developing, we are inventing something new and ready to enroll the army of people. And therefore, over the last months, we established some new departments or streamlined the already existent. And I can assure you that this month we have some plans as regards some other departments. And at the next summary meeting, I can assure you that there will be additional surprises. The third one is progress. Please put a plus in the chat if you truly believe that every month we have a lot of ongoing projects, and you trust and believe that this is realistic and you feel this progress. Look, in one movie, there was such an episode, a guy comes into the room and he says, I feel the smell of money. And we are the company. When you enter the room of our company, your back office, you have a feeling of a smell of innovations, of the mutual excitement. And therefore, for our company, we have our own progresses, successes. And I'm very grateful to Maria Antonenko and her team that day and night develops and progresses our blockchain. They are dealing with tokenomics and those steps to be taken by all of us to bring crypto unit to the global level, because this is our global, our mutual intention, because we all want to make sure that the crypto unit is a global means of exchange and backed by the global assets for each person to be able to buy something from outside, but it draws from a lot of efforts taken by our departments, and my gratitude goes to you and to other projects as well. And I don't extend this meeting, but there are some other projects where in which we see progress, but it will be postponed to our next summary meeting. And the last thing, but not the least one, is the new opportunities for our partners. Over April, we introduced a lot of promotions and additional discounts, such as for your transaction on the top up of your wallets. Then there was an additional percentage if you use cryptocurrency, an additional bonus, and additional tools you receive from the company to facilitate this business development, to simplify your duplication, and for you to find it easier to enroll, recruit your friends, your acquaintances, and help them in this situation. Next slide, please. Therefore, dear friends, I would like to congratulate you all. And look, everyone made his or her contribution to this progress and to the development of the company. We are all together the community of progressive people, forward lookers, and I believe that you are the community of people who believe that new economic evolution of the world is what will save our world and planet. And you know, quite recently I faced such a situation. I made a training for my team from the South Africa, and then we discussed the role we all play. And look, once again, I am convinced, and I've seen it many times, but those people who are today in our business that provide some webinars, trainings, schools, and education, and those that work with us distantly and coordinate all the countries, leaders of the countries where we work. Dear friends, we together save lives of others. What we are doing and our contribution, it is not less than the inputs and contribution of the doctors that help people today. We also have our substantial impact on the communities. And I'm almost 5 years in this fund, and I had my own stories when my partners approached me full of tears, saying thanks to the company because the company provided chance to me, because I had nothing. But now I have my team, a team of my supporters and followers, and I am confident in the bright future of my family. You saved me. Thanks a lot for this, and I know a lot of such examples, dear friends. And therefore, I want all of you to feel this, to have these feelings, and to feel and be sure that we together change this life for the better here and now. And I'm hopeful that you learned a lot, and you are once again confident how strong our community is. And in the end, I have one surprise for you, and I'm very excited that he is our genuine leader, and he found some time to join this meeting. I know that you respect him a lot, and me as well, and therefore I would like to invite and introduce to you our CEO, Andrei Havratov. He is CEO of New Group of Companies, creator, founder, and CEO of the Academy of Private Investor, and all his merits you can read out from this slide. I will not repeat them, but he is the one who succeeded in transforming all his desires of helping the community of the global population. He managed to structure this and implement them in practice. And he is leading our company through his mission, through his internal feelings and understanding of how this world operates. I would like to invite Andrei Havratov to join our summary meeting and maybe answer some questions you may have.
Thank you, Mila. This is sound check, guys. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay, perfect then. Thank you very much, Mila. And I would like to thank all of the previous speakers. Our webinar is quite efficient today. It's quite quick and effective, but I won't keep you long until morning, I think. No, I'm joking. I have 15 minutes left. Yesterday, we decided to work on the 1st of May, although it was a national holiday. And today we decided to make barbecue. And I have my special dish, which is sausages with bacon. But also you could eat meat, because I am thinking about, rejecting meat altogether, at least for a period. So guys, I have my summer and winter apartments, like summer headquarters and winter headquarters. And as soon as I flew to my summer headquarters, they announced the lockdown. So I have the seaside, the mountains here, and luckily I can go and take a swim. I can go hiking in the mountains. So this is the place where I can draw energy from. This is the place that gives me strength to move forward, to create, and to give birth to new ideas. I recently watched an interesting movie called The Silicon Valley. Sometimes they misspell the word silicon, and it's instead of silicon, it becomes silicone, but it's silicon. So I watched the movie, and it inspired me quite well, and what I saw there, what they were doing there, is quite similar to what we're doing. And the only thing that I saw there, and overall in the world, I very often mention it during my webinars, is that over the last 30 years, unfortunately, the investment business created corrosion in the brain of the people, which is the speculative way of thinking. Speculative way of thinking does not help develop. It suppresses your personality. And I'm very against the speculative way of thinking. I explain what I mean. When, for example, you bought something for a cent and then you sell it at $100 or $10,000. Well, you get the idea. So if you buy something at a cent and then sell it at 100, you feel you're so cool. Okay, you bought it at 1 cent. And then you invested 1,000 and bought it at 1 cent and then sold it at $100. Who can do the math how much you make out of it? You invest $1,000 buying something at 1 cent, and then you buy it at $100. So you get, nobody can do the math here? No, Rita написала 100 000. So Rita, you're correct, 100,000. So there are some companies whose shares cost a cent, and then you can sell their shares at $100. So basically, it's 100,000 shares. If you buy 100,000 shares and buy it at 100, you get like $10 million. The world split into those who loved Bill Gates and those who hated him, because some people who invested $10,000 in Microsoft back when in 2002, 2004, it was estimated the value of the company was such that if you invested $10,000 back then, you would be a millionaire right now. Some people hate him because they claim that he stole Steve Jobs' technologies. But again, the idea here is that you invest small money and then you become a millionaire. And I would like to ask you a question, and then I'll tell you what kind of number you need to put in the chat to give me an answer. It is important to have $10 million. For example, you sell something for $10 million and you have $10 million on your hands. Is it more important than having 1% every month from those $2 million? So give me a 1 if you would like to sell something for $10 million and keep it. And give me 2 if you would like to have those $10 million, but have 1% every month from it. So I see most of you people say too, yes, this is my idea as well. I, used to do business a lot in the past, and I usually bought cheap and sold expensive. People used to call me from an entirely different city saying, Andre, we are bringing in a truckload of amaretto, it's a liquor. And they tell me the price, and then what I did, I went across different liquor shops. I asked the price, and then I made lots of money on the difference. It was quite legal business. And then I did the same with the oil and gas products. I bought gas wholesale, I sold it retail, also made a lot of money from it. But the reason why I eventually moved to investing is because when you earn that money, you spend it, and then you're waiting for your next opportunity to make money. I had different retail outlets, petrol or gasoline outlets, and food product outlets. But then I went to the multi-level business because I wanted to eventually reach a point when I have something that can yield me an income in the sufficient amount for me to live my life and not think about where I would get my next income from. And instead, I could develop and progress as a personality. So when I watched that movie, The Silicon Valley, I saw that guys there were quite progressive. There are lots of progressive people. It's like a Smith of innovative HR, Smithery. So, and I saw that everything is great, but the difference between our team and them, because they also want to make the world better. We would like to save the world. And, sometimes they show off who has a better car, who has a better watch, like in New York, London, Moscow, some like big cities, So if you're cool, people will judge you by the suit you're wearing, by the watch you wearing. Whereas people in the Silicon Valley, they don't really care. They can wear flip-flops to their workplace, wearing like a simple pair of pants and a t-shirt. Yet they are millionaires, And those people create something that makes this world a better place. Let me give you an example. In the recent 20-year history or 30-year history of the Silicon Valley, this is indeed so. People who created there something, we use it today. Even Zoom is in such demand today. But when it was being created 3-4 years ago, well, people thought, why do we need Zoom? We have Skype or we have other services. Why do we need Zoom? And today, Zoom is top one in terms of the number of conferences, school consultations they provide. They outshone them all. And I remember a very curious phrase from that movie. There was a question about Zoom. They said, do you think Zoom grew big? And they said at least 20 times. And they say in terms of money, he said, the money is not important. And he said a very interesting thing. When you create something, when people start getting used to, the market is yours. Why I'm telling you this? The time has arrived, and when I watched the interview of those guys from the Silicon Valley, everyone understands that we need to be in the financial flow 24/7. And before I move on to the next statement, guys, put me 1 in the chat if this is your first time at our webinars. Maybe you don't know your way around here, don't know the ropes. I see that lots of new people here today. Well, guys, I'm an advocate of the multi-level business. And I think this is the only form of entrepreneurial activity, I underline entrepreneurial activity, when a person can very quickly become rich, prosperous, and a millionaire, and even a multimillionaire. And what we're doing here, which is multi-level crowd investing, you can become multi-millionaire and multi-billionaires. That's why I'm an advocate of the multi-level business and why I have such respect for it. Because I guess before going to multi-level business, I tried my hand at 20 different types of businesses, like wholesale, retail, barter transactions. Well, I did it all. Agriculture, metal, processing, chemistry, products, etc. And I made one conclusion. I understood that multi-level business is the place to be. When I saw people drawing those circles, guys, put a plus in the chat if during the presentation that you attended, the presenters drew your circles, you know, like saying this is you, this is your friends, acquaintances. When I saw those circles for the first time, I saw my future. I saw my absolute freedom. Absolute freedom means when you can go to any country, even in lockdown, like we are today now, you're still free. Why? Because in any case, you can create something and make it work the way it should work. So I remember a month ago, they asked me a question like when I said, what if the internet is shut down? Then I said, at least we need to have our landlines, you know, and have the mail addresses of each other, you know, the real mail addresses. Just we did it in case, you know, in our presidential council, leadership council. And then they asked me, Andre, what if they indeed shut down the internet? How can we work without the internet? Of course, the probability is like very small, like 100,000 to 1, but it's still a chance, a probability. So what I told myself, but for 20 years ago, we used landlines, we used real snail mail, and we traveled around countries, around the world. But what if we are in a permanent like city or town level lockdown, and you won't be even able to move from one town to another? Then every person who is in our structure in different cities across the world can organize a super business based on the multi-level marketing, create quite a lot of quite a lot of movement in their city, and then we'll find a way how to unite. So I personally always carry the flag proudly, the flag of multi-level business. Armand Murnieks quite recently sent me a video from the GoPro organizer. I always forget his name, who said how people in the United States, Eric Warren, he said like people in the United States now come into the multi-level business. But it's not only today when they do it. In 2008, when they had the economic crisis, and the economic crisis hit hard the United States, when for a day or two, people could not cash out their money in the ATMs in big cities like in New York and other big cities. And there was like a huge number of people in 2008, 2009 who came into the multi-level business. So why do they come into the multi-level business in the crisis time? So guys, give me your reason why it happens. Why in the time of crisis, lots of people who never believed in the multi-level business, who called it crap and who said that we're fed up with your multi-level business, all of a sudden change their mind and come into the multi-level business? Write it in the chat. Someone says they see no way out to make money. Friends, they wake up, they see no better life. They have no other way. They are hopeful. They are getting paid. Yes, this is important. Only in the multi-level business, people are getting paid. Yes, and we even increased the bonus system multiple times. Of course, for those who meet their deadlines and who put efforts into it agreed. Multi-level business is the new paradigm, societal paradigm, and to deny its existence is just silly. This system over the last 70 years created a huge army of millionaires and multimillionaires at that. And of course, back then, in those times, people wake up, you know, there is a very good statement. A person thinks about money, starts thinking about money when they don't have it anymore. That's what happens with people's health. People start caring about their health when they lose it. So money and health go hand in hand. And this is the great time to redo the entire paradigm. Are we gonna have this reconstruction again? I think in this century, we're gonna have to do redoing very often. People everywhere saying that people will follow leaders who can adapt and recode and, you know, put their train on a new set of rails. So sometimes, you know, your train doesn't want to go anymore. So what you do is you change the carriage or you change the rolling stock. So basically that's what we need to do. So thanks to our Italian colleagues, we now have a new system in place, a training system, an HR training system or leader preparation system, starting from a partner and all the way up to the president. So for example, on day one, they have a school for partners. Then when the partner became an agent, they have the school for agents, and then they have the school for consultants. And then on Thursday, they have the school for managers. So guys, my hat off to you. Great idea, great initiative. So great job. This is what we were missing so far. And we need to understand the following here. Again, let's have a little discussion and ask ourselves quite simple questions. Would you like, even in the current lockdown, to have your life going on and develop? So put me one in the chat if you would like your life to go on no matter what, regardless of the lockdown and all other negative things. There are lots of people that are staying at home and saying that in 2 weeks' time, I spent all my savings. On the one thing, it's bad. On the one side, it's bad. On the other side, it's good because they will eventually start thinking and they won't care what they do as long as they have money to buy food for their family. Some people will resort to robbing, but robbers don't have a short lifespan, guys. In the 21st century, there is no future for thieves and robbers. But if today, when your savings are over, you can go to school, take our trainings, earn money, and go buy food for your family. The incentive is so big that it's enough for people already to make their decision. So guys, those of you who live in small apartments, put me 2 in the chat. By small, I even mean a 2 or 3, even 3-room apartment. Then my question to you, would you like, in the current situation, if God forbid this situation occurs again, would you like instead be living in a 2-floor detached house with a pool, with your own garden? Put me 3 in the chat. What I mean is the difference between an apartment and a house. Would you prefer a house over an apartment, like 2 or 3 floors, somewhere by the seaside or the lakeside or the river, close to the forest, with some maybe kitchen garden where you can plant your veggies like cucumbers and tomatoes? So I have such a for example, driver has a kitchen garden. He keeps hens and quails, you know, and I have a orchard, you know, orchard, and like a garden. And then if you have forests somewhere close by, then nobody's going to prevent you from from jogging in that forest. There won't be any policemen hiding in the forest and waiting for you to find you, or you can go fishing. So guys, those of you who are living now in a small apartment, set yourself an objective that this year you will move to your own house. Right now, take a piece of paper, take your pencil or a pen, and put it down. This year, I want to move to the house that you've envisioned right now. Put 4 in the chat if you did it. If you already have a house, but there is not enough space in it and you would like to live in a bigger house, write it down. So this is the point, the moment of decision making. And when you have your own house, or if you already have it, and I wanted to show you one thing, maybe tell you what's in store for you in the future. So if you have a house and then you plant a garden. So when you plant a garden, you can either plant seeds, like you ate an apple, you like the sort, and you decided to plant the seed, then you wait for that seed to grow into a sapling, and then that sapling grows bigger and bigger, then it grows into a tree, and eventually that tree starts bearing fruit. So my question to you, if you plant just a seed, how many years it's going to take you it's going to take the apple tree to bear eventually fruit? Someone says 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. If you plant a seed, you won't get your first apples in 5 years. If you plant a 2 or 3 year old sapling, like 50 centimeters, then maybe in 5 years you'll get quite a lot of apples. Sometimes it's even 10 years. So why I'm telling you this parable, for example, if you plant a raspberry bush, you will have your first berries like in 2 years, and then in a matter of couple years there will be no place left unoccupied by the raspberry bush, because when the berry falls into the ground, it will immediately a new bush will grow out of it next year. So why I'm telling you about this? Look, if you look into the investments, then investments can be compared to an apple tree. When we plant a seed or an apple tree, and then we have fruit in 5-7 years. That's what we did with our crypto unit program. Instead of planting a seed, we planted a 3, even 4-year sapling, while the seed was planted back in 2011 in February, when I opened the Academy of a Private Investor. And now in September 2011, we had the first sapling, small sapling. Then in 2014, we had Swig Fund opened. It was already a 2-3 year old small tree. And today, thanks to a lot of raspberries that were there, and raspberry bush can be compared to a multi-level business. So when a raspberry bush is growing, it reborns from itself and then reproduces other raspberry bushes. Similarly, in the multi-level business, the system is the same. And the network income that you get in the network, in our case, is residual income, a passive income.
And in case you compare crypto unit a year ago, we planted a small sapling, which will yield its result, quite good results. But we planted not a tree, but we planted an orchard with pears, with peaches, with some exotic mango trees. In case you originate from India or Thailand, it's not something original. apricot trees as well. So a large orchard which has everything. And this is our crypto unit program. And to have fast results 1 year after with high profits, it's not realistic and possible. But to make sure that in this orchard there is a large tree growing, it's possible. And the reason I'm saying all this, we focus or we target 15% of the global population, 1 billion people, to become our users. We target that this year, and our target is to have 10 million users and to have at least 1 million entrepreneurs we cooperate with through some specific systems. Let's assume or imagine a situation. But before I ask you a question, do we have people in the multi-level business? You know what multi-level crowd investing business is about and you are ready to progress. Put 1 if yes. But if you fail, you find it difficult, complicated, or you dislike it, then put 2. Please put 1 if you like it. And if you dislike it, to torture people, share something with them, or you had an attempt and you failed, then put 2. You see, we have such people, but nonetheless, there are those people who are our investors. They invested into their education and they got CRU points as a bonus. But let's imagine a situation for 1 second. I can compare today's world and situation. It's like in a wartime. Once I read a book, Business is a War and Government is and there in this book, conquering territories is like conquering or entering new markets is like a war. So you need to expand this share 10-15%, whereas our goal is 15% of the global market in those regions, countries where we are represented. But today we actively work in 35 countries of the world with over 178 countries as our clients. But imagine 1 second a situation, but before you imagine my question, please put 1 in the chat if you have your own pages in social networks. Please put 1 and slash how many pages you have, to say 1 and then the number of pages you have in different social networks. 1/3, 1/5. And put 0 if you have no page in social networks. Do we have such people? Yes, I see some of them, a few, but still we have such people. Then my first task to all those people with no pages in social networks, Facebook or YouTube. So then set a task for yourself that every week you or your sponsor, let him recommend where he find it better for him to help you or to advise you. Facebook, Instagram, 3, YouTube, ВКонтакте, if you are in Russian, Одноклассники, if you are in Russian. Then these 5 networks, every week or twice a week, you open your page and your task is to run your page. Why? Because the people who wrote to that they don't like this network business because they need to torture the people, share something with them, or draw these circles. By the way, I refer to those people who put 2 in the chat. Please tell me. If you put 2 in the chat, please write down in the chat why you dislike social network marketing, why you dislike it. Please give me your reasons why you dislike it, network business. For example, I dislike talking to people, or you don't believe this business because people don't believe you. From my childhood, I find it difficult to communicate because I try to impose something. People don't believe because there is a lot of negative insights and rejections. My recommendation to you, please write it down, by the way. Grab a pen and a piece of paper and write this down. These are your precepts or principles that impedes you. And I will tell you why. If you have a similar idea about this network business, write this down. I disliked MLM because multi-level marketing, because people didn't like talking to me, but I am a professional in this business and people like everything I say. I want to make and reach fast results, and I have all the skills required. MLM is not recognized as business in the Russian Federation. This is a good thing because quite soon it will be recognized as such. I was afraid of responsibilities, but today I'm not afraid of any responsibility and obligations. People don't believe me. Then write down, people believe me, and although I don't have the results, they anyway come and attend my meetings and listen attentively to what I'm saying. There is another excuse, I'm a pensioner. Then write this down. You are a pensioner and people are excited to believe me and study in detail all the materials I recommend. Let's imagine, let's assume that we have some tools like mass destruction weapons. Let's assume that we have some marketing tools, massive marketing tools, which aggressive marketing tools, which instead of you, in your account of your social network, will meet and get to know new people and add them to your list of friends, those people with those characteristics that match your idea of a friend. Imagine there is this tool of massive marketing, which first of all find and meet the group of people you like, and secondly, these tools, this tool or this software meets the people on its own and add them to your list of friends. Can you imagine this? Imagine that this is a reality. Now, imagine that you have access to these tools. And moreover, imagine a different thing, that this software adds up from 20 to 50 friends to your list of friends, meaning from 500 to 1,000 of new friends a month. Did you imagine it? Now, I have a question after you imagined all this. Even if you don't like MLM or you have some failures, would you like to have such a tool as well? And then one more thing. Would you like, through such a tool, once as well, to earn on people being in your list of friends? Because in some social networks like Facebook, ВКонтакте, they have some limits on the number of friends, 5,000, 30,000, 3,000 or 100,000. But every day, imagine that this tool, instead of you, makes and meets new people. And now let's calculate. Let's assume 500 newly met people in a month, and in a year it's 6,000 people met. And let's assume that thanks to some technologies, some specific technologies you have, your people, your friends are also clients of something else and buy something from somewhere. But you have an opportunity because they are your friends and because they buy something from somewhere, and on average from each person you can get $1 a month. Imagine such a situation, such a possibility. And dear friends, now we are having some partners in neural network area, and these are the tools I mentioned above. They are AI tools, and the future is for the artificial intelligence. But the peculiarity is the following. This tool, this weapon, look, weapon could be both beneficial, useful, and disruptive. Damaging, to say nuclear fuel. It could be both useful, as it can be used at the nuclear power station that generates power and electricity. Or, you know, there are nuclear power-based engines in the Pacific Ocean. There are icebreakers that can cruise and float over 1 year, 1.5 years without refuel. So this nuclear power benefits the mankind. Or there are mobile power stations like a train wagon, like a container is placed next to the city, and it provides power to the whole town. Or it could be even smaller. You can put it aside your house, but it could be damaging and disruptive. We know that Hiroshima and Nagasaki were damaged by the nuclear bomb. And these instruments or these tools could be both benefit making and harm making. And why? Because some people already know, and these beings already know some algorithm of your meeting. They already have some social networks. So these people already have some social networks and add clients, but maximum they can add another 2-10 people a day because they're short of time, because someone wrote down that they are short of time. But dear friends, this is the golden time for all of us, because we are to conclude the contracts with some companies that are developing these technologies. And these tools will be provided only to those people that are getting some training and pass some exams. Dear friends, honestly speaking, even me as a CEO of the company will have to see this test to get this tool. But in case I fail my exam, my test, I won't get it. Therefore, what I propose to you, the golden rule in any life, not in the life of the multi-level business, this is to meet new people and talk to them. This is one of the key rules for the development of a personality. And those people who wrote down this excuse of not liking talking to people, look, now it's quarantine, and no, in any way you talk to someone, you communicate. And I have a proposal to you. In case you have 2 newly met people, this is your way to success. Why? Because if you meet 2 people a day, 25 days, then this is your warm market. But should you meet 50 people in a month multiplied by 12, this is 600, and this way you get 1800 in 3 years. in case in your list you have at least 600 people, you can build this business, but it should be built appropriately. But 2 newly met people a day. When I realized that I need to meet 2 people a day and 2 people either online or offline, I started meeting people. Sometimes it was 5 or 10. Today you can use your phone to meet people. I have a school called a system of meeting people. I wanted to present it at the Marathon 260, but quite probably it will be provided on 15th of May. It is called the system of meeting people, steps of meeting new people. This is a new training, and for those people who can't, particularly a boy and a girl, when they can't meet each other, the technology is similar. This is the technology of meeting people. Why you need to study and to learn it, particularly those who wrote down that you would like to get this tool, because now we have 1,340,000 people in our structure. But let's imagine that 1 million of our people take this training and sit the exam, and they benefit from this tool, and a month, the possible number of newly met people and the system of business escalation, fully automatic, it would be on average 500 people a month. We are 1 million multiplied by 500, we get 50 million people a month, or in 3 months, to meet so many people through our networks. And out of which at least 10%, this is the conversion rate, they are your partners. So they will be friends in your networks, and those willing to become your partners. Can you imagine? And then calculate in which time with these 1 million people we can actually implement our plan of 1 billion people. And the second important thing, dear friends, when you meet any person, this is an integral part of your life and your development. In case one person, one boy actually doesn't meet a girlfriend, he will die one day with no children and generations left. And therefore, when a person says, I can't meet new people, but I see a couple, then I have a question. How did you meet your wife or your husband? Somehow it managed, or something happened which actually helped you meet your spouse. Therefore, when a person says, I can't introduce this business to someone because people are negative thinkers, these are precepts. Today you can change them, but my encouragement to all of you, start meeting at least 2 new persons a day. 2 persons a day. Today you can open any social network, register there and start meeting people, and spend not much time, 2 hours, it's enough, which people you can find them. And my homework for you for the next week is to open your pages and to find people you would like to talk to, those people sharing the same interests. When you say that you don't like talking to others, but at least you have some hobby, some interests in this life, and won't you find it interesting to meet the same people with the same interests and discuss something? I can assure you that you will be interested in talking and discussing this. Then meet these persons, not to enroll them to our company, but with an idea to talk and discuss your interests, your common interests. Then meet new people for this purpose. Please put a plus in the chat if you agree and accept my challenge to meet new people next week. And put a minus if you don't you are not willing to do it next week with your explanation why. I see no minuses, dear friends. No minuses in the chat. No minuses. Well, dear friends, instead of 15 minutes, actually, I occupied your time 30 minutes. One important thing I want to tell you now and wish you. Once in the 90s, actually, when my business declined, I thought that there is some divine intervention is there. And I decided to go to one gypsy or someone else, and they will help me. Actually, this lady, I was 24, 25, but she was in her 40s, and she was accepting her clients in an apartment full of some amulets, and she was whispering something. But one thing she said, which struck me. So no one actually damaged you. You did it from your head. And what should you do? You wake up in the morning and it's raining heavily, but you whisper to yourself, oh my God, I'm so thankful to you that I wake up, that I'm not starving, that I have 2 legs, 2 hands, and I'm powerful. Or you wake up and it's desperate hot outside, no matter which weather it is outside, but you thank the God for all this, you thank the Lord for all this. This is an aspect of gratitude. We train you. You need to thank the Lord, to pray, either the God, or if you don't believe, then you can thank your life for being alive. I thank the sun, the ocean, the sea. The first feeling is the feeling of gratitude. And then she said, when you leave your apartment, say hello to other people. How should I say hello to everyone? Because there was one small town, and there was one strange or insane person, and he was in the same outfit, no matter which season it is. He was actually saying, hello Pierre, hello my landmate. And actually, when she said to me that as soon as I go out, I am to say hello, good afternoon, how are you, to the people I meet. And then immediately I got an image of that guy I described you above. But she advised me to do it. If you can't say hello, but then give them a sincere smile, and inside say to yourself, hello, how are you? And move on. And then I tried to do it. I tried to practice this. And do you know, 1 week or 10 days after, my life changed radically. 6 months after, my business skyrocketed. No matter where I go, I was said that I am like a shining sun, and everyone desperately wanted to talk to me. But I simply was sincere in saying hello to you, how are you, what's up? And I was wishing some good health to them. All the neighbors knew me, and the people living nearby and in the market, they knew me. I didn't meet them. I simply said hello and some positive wishes. It's not a problem. It's not a difficult task to do. And there is another important thing. Start doing this. Start doing this. And in the social networks, when you meet new people, tell them, hello, my name is Andrei Havratov, and I see that we have common interests. You are a fan of heavy metal, and in my childhood, I was their fan. And which other bands do you like? And will you allow me to talk to you about this topic, because no one in my family likes this band, this heavy metal. So, and what will this person say? Yes, yes, of course we can do it. Or you danced breakdance, or you are a fan of skiing. So I ask you within the next week to do it. And another important thing, when you get up and wake up in the morning, start smiling and say gratitude to the universe, to the Lord, for breathing, for enjoying this life. And thirdly, tell your beloved and dearest that you love them. And please, learn to do it to your spouse, to your mom, dad, to your children. Text them with the words of love and gratitude, and some kisses and hugs. So 3 important points of your homework for the next week, and you will see how your life will change. And why I encourage you to do it, because in case we will introduce this tool, but it will be introduced in another 2 months, you will get this tool, but actually you don't know how to meet new people, then this tool will be disruptive and damaging for you as a personality in our business. But we don't want it. So it should be provided to 1,000 people, but those people that surely know how to run a dialogue, how to meet the people, how to continue talking, and later on how to bring a person closer to the idea and saying, wow, no matter what you are doing, I like to do it with you. Because no one likes when they sell something to him, but they like to buy. So one idea or goal is to make a system when they would like to buy you. And therefore, I wish you to get used to all these 3 things. And my wish to you, if you have these precepts preventing your progress, impeding your progress, one simple action: change them, abandon them. People don't want to buy, then write this down. People are excited to buy from me. People don't like to listen to me. They are pleased to listen to me. People reject what I'm proposing. Then write this down. People are pleased and delighted to accept what I'm proposing. Start changing them. And I do congratulate you all on these May holidays in some countries. But this is like the 2nd day of May, and we are getting closer to summer, whereas in the North Pole, they are coming to winter. But look, dear friends, there are very incredible changes awaiting us this year, because when we talk to our friends, actually they are partners of us. When we discussed with them and shared with them our goal to cover 1 billion users this year, 10 million, and they offered to us these tools, and then I told to the Presidential Council, I actually thought that we would reach 1 billion 4 or 5 years after, but now I understand that we can do it much faster, because the opportunities which are open to us and the people that are creating this, so they don't have reliable or strong partners. They are searching for them to create this positive changing spirit. And therefore, I wish all of you being positive, be happy. And on the 1st of May, we always wished peace and labor. But I wish all of you on this day to have and live in peace and to love your dearest. And today, I believe there will be a movie on the traditional salesperson who joined Google company to work as traditional salespersons. If not, please watch it. So goodbye to all of you. Looking forward to meeting you again and again, and take care.